Hey Kings, welcome back to the Acquaint by Aaron YouTube channel. Today is a really special day for me because I'm actually filming this video exactly on my 30th birthday. And all week long, I've been taking some time to just reflect on how my life has been over the last decade. And I was just thinking about some of the worst mistakes I've made in my 20s. And hopefully if you're watching this and you're someone in your 20s, you can skip past the pitfalls that I made. First mistake that I was just thinking about that I made in my 20s is completely neglecting my health, both mental and physical. You see, for the most part, I entered into my 20s in great shape. I started working out in my late teens, somewhere towards 18 and 19 years old, and I got into my young adulthood in my 20s weighing at about 80 kilos. And when I got into a relationship with my now wife Mandy, I think we were 21 years old, and at that time, I think health was the last thing that I had on my mind. So I've always gone to the gym or worked out, I've taken care of my health in order to get into a relationship or become attractive to the opposite gender. But the moment I got into a relationship with Mandy, I kind of put the entire health aspect away. It was not as important anymore. And what had happened was, I think over a year, we were just I was just eating, and every occasion called for a meal to be a form of celebration. So be it a good experience that we had, we'll go and eat to celebrate. Be it a bad experience that we had, we'll go and eat just to cope with whatever has been going on. And within a year, I gained close to 30 kilos. So I went from somewhere at about 82 kilos and balloons up to 112 kilos within a year. I think I'll just put up a picture up here for you to see how big I was. Sadly, gaining that amount of weight within that short of a period of time affects you not only physically but mentally as well. So every person that I would meet, right, they would sort of, if I haven't met them in a while, they would sort of greet me with this utter look of disgust in their face, like, damn, you got really fat. And for those that don't say it, you're able to kind of see it in their eyes as well. And that completely wrecked me emotionally and mentally. So you say, as someone that has always grown up fat, and then you lose weight and then you gain fat again, you associate this idea of being overweight to being ugly, and being ugly to this concept of being not wanted or not loved. And to me, because I was fat now, I was ugly, and because I was ugly, nobody would love me, or I'm just like sort of a disgrace. And that was the thoughts that were constantly floating around in my mind. I'm thankful and I'm really grateful, and a big shout out to my brother and my fitness coach Caleb, who's helped me kind of find my way back from being over 100 kilos. Now I'm back at about 86 kilos, and I think in the next year or so, as I continue to document my journey, I should end up at about 70 to 70 kilos, which is a great space that I want to be in. I think the second, or possibly the most sinister or the worst mistake that I made in my 20s is to delve into pornography. So I think the first time that I was exposed to pornography, I was 17 or 18 years old. I was a national serviceman, and it was the last night of our stay in national service. One of my bunkmates passed me his phone and said, "Hey, check out this video." And he had just this enormous folder of pornographic videos, and I started watching like one or two, and that kind of dragged on to like an hour. When I got back from national service, I didn't think too much of it, but anytime that I had some free time or there's nothing that I was preoccupied with, my mind started to drift towards pornography. Kings, I just want to emphasize this to you. You might think that, hey, watching pornography and just masturbating does not hurt anyone, but the truth is, it hurts you. And the scariest part of pornography is that you think that, okay, one day when I get into a relationship, or one day when I get married, I will just eventually grow out of pornography. That does not happen. And I think the biggest part of how pornography affected my life is how it made my wife feel. Because I assumed that it would just eventually fade off as I got into marriage, but it was still there. It took a lot of courage for me to come out to my wife and tell her, hey, I know we're married, but I'm still dealing with issues with pornography. and she was graceful enough or just loved me enough to help me walk through this journey. And I just started coming across NoFap like about 3 to 4 months ago, and that's completely helped me break out of this cycle. And the truth is, men, you would never escape from it. We live in an extremely sexually stimulated world. Like the ads that you see, the kind of content that's being rewarded on these different social media platforms always favor sexual content because it keeps viewers on their platform. So kings like yourself, I would just recommend you as early as possible, just keep off pornography. I'm going to link a video down in the description below about the effect that pornography has on your brain. I hope that you can hear me out and try and get away from pornography as fast as possible. And the third mistake that I made in my 20s is not taking enough time to get to know myself. So when in my late teens and transitioning into my 20s, I think I spent a lot of time trying to get to know women. Just to put it nonchalantly, I was chasing a lot of girls, trying to get to know what they like, trying to get to know what's their hobbies, what's their purpose in life. But I think that in your 20s, it is an extremely great opportunity to find out who you are. I don't think it's that complicated of a process as well. I think it's just taking a bit of time, listing down a list of questions that you might ask a stranger to get to know them, and just asking those questions to yourself. What are things that make you happy? What are activities that bring you some form of fulfillment? What gives you joy? Once you list down and you find out all these different things about yourself, I think that in itself will bring you a little bit more enlightenment towards your journey and what your purpose is in this life. If you can discover what your purpose is, or what you want to spend the rest of your life doing in your 20s, man, imagine what the next 80 years would look like for you if you've already discovered that in your 20s. So I think that that's one of the biggest mistakes that I didn't make in my early 20s, but thankfully towards my later 20s, I really took time out to understand who I am, to understand sort of the gifts that I have, the skill sets that I have been naturally given, and all of you have something. It's just a matter of you getting to know who you are, getting in touch with yourself, and using these gifts towards the purpose that you feel you've put on this world to do. Birthday! Hello, where are we going now?
Going to a new house.
Going to a new house, celebrating our my 30th birthday. And we're going to go and check out the progress on the house. How are you feeling, Mandy?
Very excited. Very excited to move in.
Yeah. How does it feel? You have a 30-year-old husband?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Aaron. Happy birthday to you. Okay, Aaron, go. Happy. Daddy make a wish and then blow.
Alright guys, so we are ending the 30th birthday vlog at our favorite place, McDonald's. I'm just having a tea. I had an extremely amazing day with my favorite person over here. She has said that she will never be in the vlog again, but I got a lot of footage about today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye. That's about it. 3 mistakes that I feel great men make in their 20s. Number 1 is to not take care of your health. Number 2 is delving into pornography. And number 3 is not taking sufficient time to get to know you. That's it for this video, Kings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you find or receive some form of value from this video. In contrast to most YouTubers, I'm going to tell you to not subscribe to my channel just yet. I want to try and put up a video every week, and if I feel that I'm really delivering value to you, then maybe I consider asking you to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.